question about what we do with messaging, right? We have a party that says that they are fiscally conservative, yet they just passed a bill in the Senate or in the House that would add that big, beautiful bill. will add $2.4 trillion to our national deficit. These are the same lawmakers who will take big money from big corporate lobbyists. They'll dine with executives. They'll say that they're for the working class, but they won't show up in their district. The key is we need to call them out on their hypocrisy, and we need to challenge the things that they say, because a lot of what they do is very much a bait and switch. Who remembers no taxes on tips? Who remembers the campaign, no taxes on tips? I was a server when I was in my college years, and I would have loved that. What they didn't tell you is that no taxes on tips. Sure, maybe some lower wage workers might get a teeny tiny benefit, but most wouldn't. What it really was designed for were these hedge fund managers. Hedge fund managers under no tax for tips can now reclassify over $350,000 of their tips so that they're paying less on taxes. We could make a significantly larger amount back in revenue from those big corporations rather than squeezing some servers for their dollars and cents. But they're going to try and run like they are they're the party of the working class, and they're just frankly not. It involves calling out corruption in these elected officials, no matter what party they are, and holding them accountable to decisions that really matter to us here.
Isn't that the same as they say no taxes on your overtime? Well, you're not taxed based on your overtime, you're taxed based on your income.
Yeah, and then they'll change the definition of overtime, and then they'll make sure that you don't have any collective bargaining rights at all. Bob Onder actually was just proposing some legislation that would make it much, much harder and would disenfranchise the votes of workers who are actually coming together to unionize. So we are seeing deliberate attacks on the American workforce. We saw it in the firing of the folks who serve on the National Labor Relations Board, among other things. Instead of having a Congress that wants to pass the PRO Act that would make sure that all of our workers here in America can collectively bargain for better wages, working conditions, and better access to health care, we could do that. Instead, we have these politicians who really don't want the workers to see the benefit of what we see is executives and corporate CEOs year after year posting record numbers of profit. They get much larger take-home bonuses than they ever used to get before. Meanwhile, they're trying to sell us on this bill of goods that really doesn't make sense. I mean, you can't say that you're thinking about fiscal conservative and watching your budget when you're gonna blow up your budget by $2.4 trillion. And to me, that's corrupt, it is misleading, and it's intentional. These ALEC and these other big think tanks, they're not designed to be straight and up front. Their job is to make sure that the working class is confused and we're busy fighting against each other for whatever reasons, dividing American workers, whether it has to do with issues of abortion or LGBTQ rights or workers' rights or even just getting your kids an education, whether it be private or public school. These are all intentional campaigns designed to pit workers against each other. And when we organize, we will unseat these representatives who don't actually serve us. They serve their big corporate masters. So I still am a big fan of making sure the elected representatives wear the patches of all the corporations on their lapels for who they actually serve, so that we can know when we look at them. They are the ones that they are.